Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Pickworth, one of the doctors at Northwest Integrative Medicine. I'm here in my home office seeing telemedicine patients today, and I wanted to take just a few minutes to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is understanding science, medicine, and health in the news. All the providers here at Northwest Integrative have seen an increase in patient questions about health in the news over the last year. You know, with the whole global pandemic situation, everybody wants to get the best information that they can, right? Since I was a researcher before medical school, I feel like it's especially important for me to share tips and tricks about how to know if your news sources that you're using for your information are reliable. I also know that finding good sources of information has become a bigger and bigger problem in the last few years with the increase in social media usage as a source of news. First and foremost, I really want to encourage you not to use Facebook, Instagram, or other social media websites as your primary source of news. What I specifically mean by that is infographics and posts about the news, posts about research, are rarely, if ever, reliable and accurate if they've been summarized or otherwise spun, right? If someone's linking an article, I recommend that you go into the article and read it for yourself. It's really difficult to trust someone's summary, commentary, or other interpretations of science instead of trying to get the information directly yourself. But I also know that even when you read articles, it can be difficult to tell whether the source is reliable because I know not everyone is nerdy like me and reading research papers directly. So I put together just a few quick tips and tricks to see if an article is a good source of information for you to potentially integrate into your knowledge of health, science, medicine. So first and foremost, never judge an article on its title alone. Some titles are written to be dramatic or sensationalized, and they want to draw your attention to increase clicks or reads or likes, rather than providing good quality information. So along the same vein, just because an article has a certain title doesn't necessarily mean that it's accurately representing the information in it. So if you're going to click on an article, make sure that you read the whole thing. So when you're going through and scanning an article, I recommend that you look for references at the bottom, or at least see that the article is linking you or connecting you to some reliable resources. So ideally that would be primary research articles, like directly from a scientific publication, and not something like expert opinions or an interview without actual scientific information in it. If an article doesn't have any clear references or sources, but is making claims about health, science, or medicine, it's just not trustworthy. And you should try to find that information or kind of fact check yourself or the article somewhere else. So the third thing is to try to assess the tone of the article while you're reading it. So is the author trying to blame, judge, scare, or otherwise influence your emotions? If any of those are the case, it's tough to believe that the article has your best interest at heart or that it's a reliable source, because one of the best things about science is that it's objective and it shouldn't be presented to you in an emotional way. It should just be presented as facts or information without bias. Then finally, I recommend using trusted resources for health information rather than political websites or websites that have open sourcing or contributors from anywhere. So some better options are Healthline or Science Daily, but those can be really dense sources of information. And I know that that can be a struggle too. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the news, if you don't know how to interpret an article or what to do with information in an article, or if you just don't know if a source is reliable or accurate, I encourage you to talk to your doctor. Those of us at Northwest Integrative Medicine love to get nerdy with you about science, medicine, and how it applies to your health or not. So anyone on our team of providers will be happy to chat with you about health in the news. Thank you so much for listening, and happy holidays.